and I extend a very warm and cordial welcome to you in this online webinar. It's with a great pleasure that we welcome our next speaker of expert session, Professor B.D. Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Davengere University, Karnataka. Sir has received Dr. C.D. Sharma Award in 2004 and LIS Academy Achievers Award in 2019. Sir has conducted two major research projects of UGC in the year 2014 and 2017 respectively and successfully. Sir has served as General Secretary of Indian Association of Teachers of Library and Information Science and as President of Indian Library Association, besides being Editor-in-Chief of Journal of Indian Library Association, JILA, a UGC Care List indexed journal. Sir, we welcome you to our 5 days national level webinar series on UGC guidelines on transforming B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary institutions from December 27th to 31st December 2022. I extend a very warm welcome to our office bearers of PACE, especially Dr. Shivpal Singh Ji, President of PACE, Dr. Devanandan KV, General Secretary of PACE, Dr. Gangadhar KS, Joint Secretary of PACE, Dr. Darshan Singh Chauhan, Treasurer of PACE, and organizing secretaries Dr. Venkatesha K, Dr. S. Arokeswamy, coordinators of this workshop, Dr. Tripta Parmar, member of PACE, Dr. Sushila Narang, member of PACE, and Dr. Benny Jacob. Last but not the least, I extend a very humble and heartfelt welcome to all the participants of this 5 days workshop. Most of them are principals of colleges of education, along with the teacher educators who have joined us from all across India. So once again, I welcome everyone. And we are so glad to have you join us for this 5 days national level webinar series. We have a great lineup of speakers and we are excited to share their insights and expertise with you. I request all the participants to mute your microphone. This helps to reduce the background noise and ensures that the speaker can be heard clearly. Use the chat box for any kind of queries. So once again, I welcome everyone. And now I would like to invite Professor Devanandan KVG to provide the outline of this webinar series. Over to Professor Devanandan KVG. Devanandan sir, are you there?
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am.
Please.
Respected today's our chief guest, R.P. Tiwari ji, Vice Chancellor Kumbar ji of Davengere University, President Shivpal Singh ji, and all other dignitaries in this today's platform. We are very happy to start such a mission to support our educational agencies of India to make a better contribution in the implementation of UGC guidelines and to improve the quality of the teachers, because we believe that the backbone of the general education is the teacher education. Principal Association of Colleges of Education has extended our hands to Davengere University and KPPM College of Teacher Education. And this is our humble attempt to contribute something into the field of teacher education. See, you know, there are 12,196 colleges of education in India. And it is closely related with the 10 to 20 schools, neighboring schools. So from this, I think you can just imagine the network of the educational institutions. It means a principal association of colleges of education can reach even to the remote area of India. So we strongly believe that our platform can do a very good attempt in making the mission successful, supporting all the apex bodies. See here, we organized this webinar to provide an awareness on the UGC guidelines that developed by the expert committee. And I would like to congratulate our R.P. Tiwari ji, the chairman of the expert committee, and other members like A.C. Pandey ji, Santosh Panda, and other beloved members. Because of their lack of time, they informed us they are unable to join, even though they are always in touch with us. So along with this effort of the expert committee, we are supporting to trigger a nationwide discussion on this UGC guidelines with the teacher educators, all the principals, and the stakeholders in the field of teacher education. We also proposes, in continuation with this webinar, a national level program along with state level programs to provide maximum input regarding the policy regulations. And it will continue to a national level survey. We are planning to conduct a national level survey based on these UGC guidelines, and we will get the input from principals, teacher educators, stakeholders, and politicians, from anybody who can contribute in this regard. And the output that we receive through this workshops, discussions, and the national level survey, we will present in front of the Ministry of Education as well as UGC. So I request
लेफ्ट वाले का नाम डाल दिए हैं पैनल
I
में
request Tiwari ji to
एक
consider our report, and please contact us for if any queries required further for implementation. Thank you very much.
फिर मैं बात करता हूँ सर, अभी एक मीटिंग में हूँ, मैं बात करता हूँ.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. Shivpal Singh ji, National President, PACE, to give the presidential address. Over to Dr. Shivpal.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, one and all present here. I, Dr. Shivpal Singh, President PACE and Principal Diwan Institute of Management Studies, Meerut, UP, welcome you all, renowned national and international level resource person, respected principals of different colleges of India, all members of PACE, other audience, and our most respected resource person of the day, Professor R.P. Tiwari, Vice Chancellor of Central University of Punjab. I would like give a brief introduction of PACE and webinar, because we have established PACE with a certain reason. Principals Association of College of Education, means PACE, is a national platform with objective of restoring of college of education. This would be privileged to help in accelerating the development of the nation by contributing quality teachers. We are obliged to restore our culture and traditional values through developing integrated teacher personalities to cope with the changing need of our country, with a commitment to make self-reliance nation through self-reliance education. We have objectives, plan of actions, and roadmap through which we are sure to bring back glory of this noble profession. PACE was formed in 2019 with the effort of the lead Dr. Tati from Gujarat, Dr. Shivpal Singh from Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Gulwani Megha Visram from Maharashtra, Professor Dr. Devanandan KV from Kerala, Dr. T.C. Yadav from Rajasthan, and many more members of India. The association was registered in 2021 under the Indian Society Registration Act 1860. The association has members representing 21 states of India. 13 states have constituted executive committees with a composition of 9 members. Association has constituted different cells of the quality improvement of the education and teacher education. The cells are resource cells that contain experts from the different fields of education. This cell is supporting in organizing various quality improvements. The association has also constitutes a research cell, FDP cell, grievance cell for the total quality management of teacher education activities. These are the PACE. Now, about the webinar, PACE is the only platform for the principals of College of Education in India and working for the quality restoring of education through quality teacher education. PACE is always concerned with the quality improvement of future teachers. As the College of Education are the key to ensuring the quality hotspot of education. We are continuously organizing several quality enhancing initiatives. PACE has conducted several programs and at the national and state level in this regard. NEP 2020 has envisaged a new direction for education in India with great expectation of making India self-reliant. PAR. With the NEP 2020 directions, UGC has published guidelines to convert all affiliated colleges into degree awarding and multidisciplinary autonomous institution in our view to developing a roadmap of transform all affiliated colleges of attaining the status, either alone or through the collaboration with nearby institutions in the form of cluster or maybe becoming of the constituent part of the university by 2035. Teacher education institutions, especially the state-alone B.Ed colleges, have to take the necessary steps to convert into multidisciplinary. A shift in the current status of B.Ed college faces several challenges. Most of the principals and stakeholders are in a dilemma to move ahead in this direction. In this crucial context, PACE is organizing a 5-day webinar series with KPPM, College of Teacher Education in Kerala, and Davengere University from 27 to 31 December 2022. We have some very important objectives to discuss and find out the matters as to familiarize the UGC guidelines for the transforming higher education institutions into the multidisciplinary institutions, to discuss the UGC guidelines for the transforming higher education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions, and to discuss to provide knowledge a converting students around B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary institutions, to evaluate the policy implementation in converting the standalone B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary education, to examine the barriers in the implementation policy direction to convert into B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary institutions, and to discuss the possible measures to implementing the policy guidelines in transforming B.Ed colleges of multidisciplinary, and last one, to formulate the strategy to successful implementation of the policy in the transforming B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary institutions. So we are going to listen and interact with the national and international level resource persons to know about new UGC guidelines and its implementation with its solution. I hope we will be benefited by them, and we will use to convert stand-alone institution to multidisciplinary institution. So by hoping this one, we will eager to listen our resource person. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, we appreciate your efforts along with Dr. Devanandan's efforts, because you are the pillars of PACE and you are always on your toes to give something new and worthwhile to the teacher education institutions. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I most humbly request Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari ji, Vice Chancellor, Central University, Punjab, to deliver the inaugural address. Over to Professor Tiwari ji.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are clearly
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon. Namaskar. Namaskara. Namaskaram. सत श्री अकाल आप सभी लोगों को. It's occasion for me to interact with the best brains in higher education that is available in our country. We all know the very purpose of education, and the very purpose is very nicely articulated by Swami Vivekananda, that education is one that brings complete transformation in thought process and also in developing worldview, and alongside holistic development and character formation. Here the catch word here, why I am referring to this statement of Swami Vivekananda, is holistic education. And when we talk about holistic education, this means that the development of all faculties of human agency. And holistic education shall bring comprehensive understanding of the nature, the natural processes, natural forces that are operating not only on the planet Earth, but on the entire universe. You know, we have had very long tradition of imparting holistic and multidisciplinary education in our country, right from our learning system that was evolved during ancient Indian time, where 16 disciplines and 64 skill-based courses were taught. You know, in normal parlance, we say that 16 disciplines and 64 skill-based courses were taught, but these were actually not taught, because the Gurukula believed that nothing can be taught to the human beings. And, you know, again, I refer to Swami Vivekananda, where he says that education is the manifestation of inherent talent already present in man, in child. So here the role becomes not of a trainer or teaching, but, you know, the entire gamut of education here becomes so that, we sharpen the learning faculty of the learners. So with this, and for holistic development, multidisciplinary education becomes essential. Today, if we see that there is a complete transformation in our understanding about the interconnection between the various disciplines that exist. We take the example of Nobel laureates. For the last 20-25 years, we find that the awards are given to those who combine various domain knowledge to resolve and solve the very burning issue that the humanity is confronted with, whether it is in social sciences, humanities, or in science domains, in literature. So, and also in India, Bhatnagar Award, if we see, it is given to those, awarded to those who involve, multidisciplinary data, generate multidisciplinary data and take into account multidisciplinary, multi-proxy data to resolve the scientific issues. And so is the case with social science, humanities, and languages. There's so much now interconnection that these disciplines cannot exist and cannot survive in isolation. And the learners who study or learn a single discipline, they cannot be developed as a thought leader, and critical thinking and creativity cannot be imbibed by them. So for all these reasons, multidisciplinary education is the need of the hour. And when we talk about converting single domain education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions, this becomes all the more important. But my caution here is that this should not be viewed alone. There are other couple of regulations that UGC has finalized. Recently, UGC has uploaded 4 years undergraduate programs, guidelines on 4 years undergraduate programs, which is essentially multidisciplinary. And of course, there are other things like, multiple provision for multiple exit, multiple entry, and also, the several, 2 majors, 1 major and 2 minors, provision for 2 major. Students have now have option to take 2 majors. They can have option to take 1 major, 2 minors. And also the other, path-breaking guidelines and regulations of University Grants Commission, like dual degree, joint degree programs. So, all these things should be taken, put together, understood, these together, essence of these guidelines and regulations put together, and then plan for multidisciplinary education institutions. When Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya started Banaras Hindu University, his vision was that all domain knowledge should be available under one umbrella, under the ambience of Banaras Hindu University. Therefore, all sorts of disciplines that could be imagined, there was arrangement was made to start teaching and research in all those disciplines. So, that is the type of worldview and the thought process that should flow through the minds of the leading regionalists of the country for evolving multidisciplinary education. Over the years, what has happened, those maybe that was the need of the time, need of the hour, because whatever reforms and whatever inventions, whatever reforms happen, new things, new blood is infused into an already existing system that depends on the need of the time, requirement of the time. So today's learners' requirement has drastically changed. Therefore, what we have done in the past is no longer relevant now. And one of these is that single discipline education institutions, mainly from education discipline, then from law, and many more. You know, these institutions have done great service to the nation by imparting or by producing eligible and qualified teachers to teach, trained teachers to teach in school education. They have played great role. And they need to continue to play this leading role. And that is why multidisciplinary education is needed. And that is why UGC has brought out these guidelines on multidisciplinary institutions. So, you know, we already know what has happened, you know, the innovative programs, the vocational programs that have come through in the field of education, B.Ed, you know, now BBA, people are talking about BBA, B.Ed, BSc, B.Ed, become B.Ed is already there. Now some institutions have already started MA, M.Ed, MSc, M.Ed, and several other permutations, combinations will come in future as we move ahead. So, you know, and likewise is the case with law. And now, you know, law, education are, you know, in some institutions, what is happening is that they are, you know, thinking of combining education with pharmaceutical education, pharmaceutical sciences, pharmacology, and likewise law also combining with this. So the rigid boundaries that existed between the various disciplines have disappeared now, and any combination is now possible, which we could have not imagined about a decade or 2 decades ago. So it is in this, again, in this background that we had to envision this, we had to see this, we had to think about it. And, you know, see, but, you know, how to achieve this? Because there are large number of single domain institutes, discipline institutions existing in the country, as I said, in the field of education and in the field of law. So how to make provisions for multidisciplinary education, which is the utmost need of the learners. And that can happen only when, because, you know, money factor is very important. Grants are very important. And, you know, we may say so many things, but still we are a poor country. And India is unable to provide necessary fund for reforms in almost every sector, of public life, whether, you know, education or health or defense or space technology, you take anything. The type of reforms that are needed and the quantum of money that is required to implement those reforms, it is not forthcoming. So then the best, what could be the best model in a scenario like this? And this is the best model where several single discipline, when single discipline institutions join hand together and offer multidisciplinary education. For example, in say in any city, Patna or anywhere, or in you know, Chennai, there are single discipline institutions. Like, you know, there is college offering undergraduate course in arts, social science, humanities. There is college offering courses in you know, in science disciplines. Then you know, this education, law, and several other institutions. So if these institutions join hand together, form a sort of consortium, and you know, they start imparting multidisciplinary education and innovative programs that are happening in various, say, in education, law, and elsewhere. And this can be done. You know, you know why? Because in most of the cities in India, the jurisdiction of the institutions available in a city, they belong to one university. If affiliation from several universities is there in a particular city, the town, then it becomes a bit difficult. But if affiliating university is one, then the things become you know, easy. So you know, like B.Ed college, then law college, then you know, arts college, commerce college, science college, if they join hand together and the type of multidisciplinarity that is required now, the quantum, the canvas of multidisciplinary education has also enlarged like anything, and it will continue to evolve. Therefore, if all type of institutions, if they join hand together, and now, as a facilitative guidelines, University Grants Commission has also increased the credit that can be earned through online mode. Now it is 40%. Earlier it was 20%. Now it is 40%. So, several questions will come like logistics, and who would be the main stake, what would be the alma mater, the major or main alma mater of a student. These if and buts will come, but this idea is so learner centric that these trivial issues can be sorted out very easily. In the universities also now what is happening, I'm trying to draw the parallel between university and the colleges become multidisciplinary in consortium mode. Now in the universities also, now what is happening is that a student will not be a bonded student of one university, because now MOOCs and online courses, these are becoming now a fashion, new trend. So, a student, though registered for a program in one university, but he can earn credit from various universities. So a student now has to become a student of several education institutions, because the learning need of today's learners cannot be satisfied. One institute cannot satisfy the learning needs, the type of the quantum and the variety of courses, disciplines that students would like to learn today to become globalized citizen. One institution cannot satisfy their needs, cannot meet the requirements and needs of students. Therefore, so, student in universities now, what trend is emerging through MOOC and academic bank of credit is that student is becoming registering for a program in X university, but for courses in several universities. So likewise, the same model can be replicated here, when several colleges form a consortium and offer, a multidisciplinary education to the learners. And so it can be online mode, it can be in hybrid mode. Logistic, as I said, largely can be taken care by this, online, and if required, UGC is prepared to increase this 40% to further 50% or 60%, whatever is the requirement. Slowly, now what is happening is that the boundary between the real world and the virtual world is also becoming thinner and thinner, and finally this boundary will disappear. So, likewise in education also, a time will come when entire program, like already in online mode some programs are offered, but high-end programs also, and with the advancement of technology, with integration of ICT with education, engineering, science, medical, now a time will come when this would be, now it is transition hybrid mode, but finally we'll move to online mode. So, it is very important that education institutions also evolve with time. They reform with time. They embrace the changes that are happening, and they need to embrace the new format of education that is emerging. That is very important, and we all know that, those who cannot embrace the changes, those institutions, those individuals even, who cannot keep pace with the changes, ultimately they will become obsolete. Human being, if I do not embrace all the changes that are happening, of course, here, my wisdom will apply. Which is the change that is for good, and what is the change that is for bad? So, the changes that are happening for the good, we should be ready to embrace. Otherwise, we should be ready to be simply weeded out from the system. So, it is in this context that, this is very important, and it is also, enhancing and enlarging the canvas of teaching and research that is happening in individual institutions. So, and somewhere this has to start. And I think this platform, PACE, and which has all India presence. I'm surprised, when I was asked to come and talk about it, till then I didn't know that there's an organization that exists, PACE. This is really wonderful organization, and my compliments to all those who have started this organization. This is very important because we cannot exist in isolation. Now we have to, all of us, and there should be association involving all universities and colleges as well. Even today, in spite of the number of central universities increasing, number of private universities, deemed universities, government-funded state universities increasing, but the enrollment of students in colleges outnumbers the enrollment of students in the universities and higher education institutions. So colleges will continue to play leading role in the education parlance of the country, education system of the country. Therefore, it is equally important, or rather more important, to give emphasis and importance and significance to colleges alongside universities. That is very important. And the type of mindset that exists in India, that if somebody says college teacher, somebody says university teacher, will take pride in telling that I'm a university teacher, and he will view the college teachers with different mindset.
Thanks.
So this has to go. And so, a synergy. So this is a very good platform. I take this occasion to appeal to office bearers of PACE to implement this, select a town and implement it where we can think where it can be implemented with least efforts, and let us implement it in one city as a model and then replicate it. This is very important. And the type of the intelligentsia and the intellectuals that are associated with this space, I'm sure that this can be done. There may be several ifs and buts, as I said earlier, but if we decide, and and we should decide, let us implement it. Whatever assistance from my side is required, whatever help from my side is required, I will always be available. Let us select 2-3 places, maybe say one in South, one in North, one in Central India, one is Eastern India, one city, and develop this model as experiment and let it mature. When we implement, some issues will come, and then we will find out the means and ways to resolve those issues. And then we develop these as a model, say 4 or 5 models in the country, and then this can be replicated. And this is, need of the hour. There will be several other things like sharing of revenue, then hostels, transportation, and all those things. These will certainly come into picture. And but these need to be resolved, because the objective is much larger. Objective is to satisfy the learning needs of students, decentralized education, and quality provision for quality education in every town and cities of the country. So this will ensure that. So I'm not well. I came back this morning only. I traveled 2 days, and there was some health issue also. But this issue, the topic selected for today's deliberation, was so important, and it's so dear to me that in spite of my ill health, I thought that I'll come and talk to you and share my views and ideas about this. This is very good project, and my compliments again to PACE and Professor B.D. Kumar for taking up this as a matter of as a point of discussion. And I'm sure that this conference, this seminar, will certainly, one of the results of this seminar will be to implement it as a model in certain cities. And as I said, I will always be available for any issue and whatever assistance that I can offer. You can ask me without any hesitation. I will always be available. Now I'll stop here. Thank you, Dr. Kumar and Dr. Santoshji and all of you for organizing and initiating discussion on this very important topic. My compliments. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir, for your profound words and sharing your valuable thoughts with us. Sir, this webinar is really need of the hour, as in the light of the guidance provided by the authorities like you will show us the right path of the transformation. So you have very rightly quoted Swami Vivekananda ji for transformation and holistic education. Rightly, you have said, sir, that multidisciplinary education is must, interdisciplinary thoughts are order of the day, compartmentalization or isolation is going to become the thing of past. So transformation is must. Your positivism has shown us the light of optimism, sir. Sir, it's rightly said in the words of a poetry that agar yahi raha jazba, to जीवन का हल भी निकलेगा, जमी बंजर हुई तो क्या, यहीं से जल भी निकलेगा, ना हो मायूस अंधेरों से घबराकर साथी, इन्हीं अंधेरों के दामन से सुनहरी पल भी निकलेगा. Thank you so much, sir, for providing your valuable time in spite of your ill health. Thank you so much, sir. Now for the technical session, I most humbly invite Professor B.D. Kumar, Vice Chancellor, Davengere University, Karnataka, to deliver the technical session. Over to Professor B.D. Kumar ji.
Thank you, madam. May I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes,
Very good afternoon, all of you. Professor R.P. Tiwari ji, the Vice Chancellor of Central University, Punjab. Dr. Shupal Singh, the President of FACE and other office bearers. First of all, I congratulate the FACE and the office bearers for organizing an online webinar to discuss about the transformation of the teacher education program. The first of all, as a Vice Chancellor, before that, I started my career, that is in the education college. Way back to 1984, I am talking. The delivering of education, teacher education in 1980s and 90s, it has been drastically changed, especially during the 21st century. So whatever the guidelines the UGC has prepared, it is our bounden duty to implement, as well as to look at the practical aspects, whether they are feasible, whether they are going to be implemented in toto, or the partial guidelines. It is only the platforms like this, it is going to decide about it. So since the NEP 2020, it has been given us a lot of opportunities to bring the drastic changes, especially that is in the field of the higher education. So the higher education, it is meant for the understanding between the persons, between the nations, and between the institutions. So today and tomorrow, you are going to deliberate, that is on various issues related to teacher education in India. So teacher or teaching profession, as you all know, is a noble profession. So since all the B.Ed colleges, they are involving, that is in preparing and providing a teacher. to the high schools, including, as you know now, the B.Ed has made compulsory, that is for the PU teachers also. So probably it is going to become the compulsory that is in higher education also. So because of that, I insist the phase to discuss and deliberate more on the integrated courses. That's in the case of the law. We have been already implemented, that is in the field of the law, and the output is coming, that is in a positive manner. The Davengere University is one among the many universities we have been already applied, that is for the integrated courses. So probably if the NCT is going to provide the approval, we are going to start the integrated course by 23-24. This is for your information. And in the similar manner, I request the office bearers of the phase, if the many more universities, as our senior professor R.P. Tiwari has suggested, that is one at the north, south, east, and west, as well as the central. If they separate, the experiments are going to be made. We have to look at the outcomes also. Once again, I will come back to the NEP. The NEP and its proper, effective implementation, that is only in the hands of the teachers. So today in India, we are suffering with the proper foundation. Our primary education, the secondary education, especially I am talking about the government schools and the rural areas. We are not getting the quality students, that is from the primary and the secondary schools. So if the teacher education is going to provide the sound education, that is for our rural as well as the government schools, certainly we are capable of implementing the new education policy, because you are all providers of the foundation. If the foundation is strong, then only our universities, they can produce the quality higher education products. The quality of the higher education, it's needless to say, the quality of the higher education, it is mainly depending upon the school education. If the schools, they are going to produce and provide the quality students, ultimately and automatically we are assured, because yes, we are discussing that is about the multidisciplinary research. Even in the new education policy or the National Education Policy 2020, the 4 years course has been already introduced. The first year, the second year, the third year is the degree, the fourth year is the honors, and again the PG is the 1 year. So when we are talking about the research, anybody can take up the research, that is after completion of the degree, that's not possible. It is only after completion of the PG one can undertake the research. But whereas in the case of the Europe and America, they even after completion of the, before completion of even the undergraduation also, they can involve, that is in the research. So if such type of the things are going to be happen, that's in the country like India, so we need to develop the research bent up mind that is among our students, that is at the school as well as the college level. So that is once again, I needless to say, it is only in your hands. The type of the product you are going to produce, that is at the school and the high school level. So that is how the transformation is a process. This process is going to take place continuously. Then again, the learning process also, it has been changed. We are changing even the resources also, that is in the libraries. We are mainly depending upon only the e-resources, the databases. So probably if we are going to teach our students the important skills they have to develop as a learner, say for example, the computer literacy, the digital literacy. So such type of the literacy skills, including the communication skills, if they are going to develop, that is at the school and the high school level, certainly our country is going to become the powerful country that is at the global level. Since our Honorable Prime Minister is always addressing us, it is only the teachers who are going to be considered as the pillars of this particular country. So we being the pillars of this particular country, it is our bounden duty to produce and provide such type of the teachers that is to our nation. I hope and wish these 2 days, the national webinar, it is going to deliberate and discuss that is on various aspects of the teachers' education, and I wish the grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. For the further proceeding, I call upon Dr. Sushila Narang. In the meantime, if any participant is having any query or any point for the clarification, they can raise their point. Over to Dr. Sushila.
Tripta ma'am,
Hello.
I would like to say something now, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I request all the participants, please take notes on the discussion. And the last day, we will have a wider discussion on the basis of the lectures we have. And this will help us to make a conclusion on the implementation of UGC guidelines in the teacher education field. So please always be aware to vigilant to note the points that you have to discuss. I think almost all the VIPs in our this webinar is busy. Most of them are vice chancellors, and those who are giving lectures are busy with their academic works. So please keep all this in the discussion, and also we will contact the VIPs to get clearance of the doubts. Please, over to Sushila ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank Professor B.D. Kumar, VC Davengere University, Karnataka. Thank you, sir, for pointing out that teacher must be at the center of the fundamental reforms in the education system. I would like to share here that it gives me immense pleasure to share with you all that PACE is the only platform for the principals of colleges of education, and it has been conducting several programs at national and state level in this regard. No doubt the NEP aims at transforming India into a vibrant knowledge hub, or you can say NEP 2020 has envisaged a new direction of education in India with great expectations of making India self-reliant. As we know that UGC has published guidelines to convert all affiliated colleges into degree awarding multidisciplinary autonomous institution in a view to developing a roadmap to transform all affiliated colleges to attain the status either standalone or through collaboration with nearby institution in the form of clusters or becoming constituent part of university by 2030. And teacher education clusters are becoming part of university by 2030, as I've already said that. Institutions, especially the standalone B.Ed colleges, have to take the necessary steps to convert into multidisciplinary shifts in the current status of B.Ed colleges face several challenges. Most of the principals and stakeholders are in a dilemma to move ahead in this direction. And no doubt that the national policy education suggests several policy directions for offering multidisciplinary education. I think in this crucial context, PACE with KPM College of Teacher Education Kerala have organized a 5-day webinar to familiarize with and discuss the teacher educators to UGC, to guidelines, to UGC guidelines for transforming higher education institution into multidisciplinary education. And I hope that this will also provide us guidelines for transforming higher education institution to multidisciplinary education, and also provide a wonderful knowledge and also help us to evaluate the policy implementation in converting the standalone B.Ed colleges into multidisciplinary institutions. And what I think is, in my according to me, that NEP, no doubt NEP to for the NEP to move forward, we need robust institutional mechanism to support the policy. And a great deal of capacity building is required, along with creating enthusiasm among all the stakeholders. Unless the institution and educators develop a sense of ownership of the policy, and the transformation will not take place. We need to move from fixed to growth mindset in order to make sense of new changes. Together, we must strive to realize the hopes, aspiration, and dreams of our students to get them future ready. Moreover, teachers truly shape the future of young minds and therefore the future of our nation. Therefore, implies that teachers have a greater role and responsibility in nation building by creating high quality of human resources. And I hope that, and I'm sure that this webinar will definitely will help us to enable and indeed enriching and informative information through these expert sessions, and it will also enable the teacher to gain clear insights on the intent of the topic. It will also fuel the participants with new zeal to start working on its implementation in their own spheres. Thank you so much. And I also owe my gratitude to Professor Devanandan and team for making choosing this topic, which is a burning topic of present scenario, and making us aware and having an informative session for all of us. Thank you so much, Devananda sir and team. Over to Professor Venkatesha K. I request Professor Venkatesha K, Dean Education, Devanagar University, to have a facilitation of the program. Professor Venkatesha. I think Professor Venkatesha is not here. May I call Dr. Gangadhar P.S., National Joint Secretary and President, Karnataka Chapter Base. Professor Gangadhar.
No, good evening, madam. I'm
Good
here.
evening, sir.
Shall I do the vote of thanks, sir, to felicitate?
Venkatesh, sir, I'm here.
Sir, please, sir, please carry on, sir. Sir, please carry on.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, please come on visualize screen, sir. Sir,
So, very good afternoon to all base
sir,
office bearers.
Sir, video
and
on
all.
sir.
Sir, all ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good afternoon to all office bearers of the base and Honorable Vice Chancellor Tiwari sir and Honorable our Vice Chancellor Dr. B.D. Kumbar sir. Actually, nowadays, may audible, sir?
Yeah, audible, sir. Audible,
Yeah,
sir.
audible.
Yes. Actually, that both vice chancellors they spoke very nice, and their intentions also. That is the mainly they concentrate on teacher and teacher education and the national education policy and multidisciplinary course. You see, past few years, really from 2016 that NEP started, then 2018, 2019, finally the 2020 has came to the implementation of the NEP 2020. Actually, as per my knowledge, really our multidisciplinary course, 4-year integrated course, these are all were implemented from 2014 also. NCT all over India, we are implemented that 4-year course already in the teacher education program. Based on that, we are already implemented. We have started the 4-year integrated courses also. In Karnataka, nearly 4 or 5 colleges they started already 4-year integrated teacher education program also. So our vice chancellor also he mentioned we are also applied for NCT for 4-year integrated program. For that also that many meetings also it has conducted from NCTA. They are also suggesting us to give the NOC and the recommendation letter from the government of Karnataka. We are trying to get that 4-year integrated course in our university also. Really, this is the wonderful moment, sir. Especially our Devanandan sir and Gangadhar sir and all face that community, all team members are there. They are doing very good work. I think, as per my knowledge, I know that also they are doing every monthly one meeting or this type of program. Actually, this time they are nearly 4 or 5 days up to 27th to 31st, the 4 days they are doing such a nice program. Their schedule also it is very excellent. Really, this is focused the future teacher education and teachers also. This is the main thing actually that you see that last month the UGC they gave that gazette notification also that 4-year multidisciplinary courses they implement in all over India. There also they're doing that also. Based on that, Devanand sir were discussing that also that NEP implementation actually sir that in our Karnataka we were implemented 2020 last year only. So that already that 4-year display multidisciplinary courses were started in Karnataka in the part of the or Davengere University of the also part of the that 4-year integrated course, especially in entire India. Our Karnataka is the first implemented the 4-year integrated course in our education sector also. The really this is the wonderful moment that all face personalities. You see that all over India, all B.Ed college principals' responsibility is more because nowadays the principal is answer to the society, answers to the higher authority, answer to the society, answer to the student, parents, higher authority, colleagues, and all. This the in teacher education college principal's responsibility is the more and more. Though nowadays that Devanandan sir were thinking that this is the transformation of the teacher education, transformation of the guidelines and all these things. Really, this webinar it is helpful to the our people also all over India. This document has submitted to the UGC, that concerned authority. They are also take care of these points also for implementing the teacher education ITP program or multidisciplinary also. So one my doubt is that when I am doing this job here, the nearly in our university 125 degree colleges are there, including B.Ed colleges, that all principals are asking that in NEP program, NEP courses, that what is the status of B.Ed? Either after 4 year of multidisciplinary, it is 1 year B.Ed or 2-year B.Ed or 4-year B.Ed. So really, it is wonderful questions from all principals asking me. So especially I am discussing with my vice chancellor and my higher education council Karnataka. Though in future the 1-year B.Ed also will there, 2-year B.Ed also will there, 4-year B.Ed also will there. They like that I answer to that principals also because it is the biggest question, sir. That all personality, all public people are asking. You are implemented NEP. What is the status of B.Ed? B.Ed after 4 years, 1 year, after 3 years, 2 years, after PUC, that is 4 years. The 3 programs simultaneously it is going through the all B.Ed colleges. One more thing that what I don't know that LCT people how they are taken decision, how taken their actions for against all B.Ed colleges. I don't know that because we're having 1-year program, 1-year B.Ed program, 2-year B.Ed program plus 4-year B.Ed programs also there. Nearly after 25th onwards, year 25th onwards, nearly that all 3 programs will be there. This is my idea. This is my knowledge also. I because after last year only we implemented NEP program. Before that, our degree is the 3-year 10 plus 2 plus 3 is there. That 3-year degree course students there will be up to 25th, 26th year, 26th up to there. There also existing is there. Then the 4-year degree they completed after 24th, 25th onwards. They are coming to exist for 4-year, 1-year B.Ed program. Then that 4-year what we are planning to implement 4-year ITP program that will also there. So I don't know that all experts and all principals, what is the after 25th onwards, what is the position of B.Ed college, what is the position of B.Ed college principals, what is the position of, what is the status of B.Ed colleges? I don't, it is very difficult task. You see, 1 year B.Ed, 2 year B.Ed, 4 year B.Ed. So it means around 50, even basic 50 means that is 1 year 50, around 120, 150 students are there. 120 plus every year, each year means that is around 4 to 500 students accommodated. It is possible to accommodate that four year, 2 year and 1 year students to the same colleges. That is the biggest problem. Already you are facing NCT are giving more and more notices to final showcase notices to rejections also they are giving. The after 25th, what is the position of NCT? What they're guiding us? I am the regally waiting for that position also. Anyhow, that pace and our all in that Indian college B.Ed college principals association, they're doing very good work. Their that title, that UGC guidance on transforming B.Ed college into multidisciplinary courses. That Devanandan sir and all other office bearers, I want to ask one question, that if it is possible to implement this ITP in general degree colleges or not. That is also biggest questions, because I am facing that questions from all our B.Ed our degree college people also. Anyhow, really our vice chancellor are also focused on teacher community, teacher education. Based on that also he is spoken. Also Tiwari sir also, he gave such a wonderful inaugural speech also. Really, it is helpful for all our people that who have that this platform. For them, it is very useful also. Really, this type of webinars, at least webinars, we will plan either that monthly or twice monthly or 2 months once, like this meetings or webinars will conducted. Really, this is the our responsibility to what that all teachers, those who don't know this platform, it is helpful them also. It is the my humble request to all pays also. Our Davengere University also support our vice chancellor and all. They're also ready to support all of you. This is the my concern. Anyhow, once again, I congratulate. I thanks the all office bearers and congratulate the this today's first day program. I think 180 and up to nearly 200 participants are there in this platform. It is wonderful number. The 200 it goes to another message goes to the thousand and lakh together also. This is the wonderful occasion. On behalf of Davengere University and on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, I heartily congratulate and wholeheartedly thankful to the PACE and all other office bearers of this space, and also especially our Tiwari sir and our Vice Chancellor also. We are always with you, sir. We'll go ahead. I congratulate once again to all participants and all office bearers too. This I conclude my few words. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Sir, Venkatesh sir, am I audible? Am I audible,
Yes, sir.
Venkatesh
Yes,
sir?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, sir, see, you have posed a very big question, very crucial question that you have posed. Anyhow, in the last session, there will be a presentation which clearer your doubt. But one thing I would like to say, there exists an ambiguity between the agencies like UGC, NCRT, NCT, and other agencies, because NEP has very clearly stated ITEP. ITEP means in the integrated teacher education program, like the professional programs of engineering, medicine, legal studies, etc. So this is the context explained in national education policy, while in the hands of UGC export committee, it becomes 3+1. I had an interaction with the Santosh Pandeyji, who was the former chairperson of NCTA. He was also a member of this export committee. So I had an interaction with him around 1.5 hours. We discussed with this matter. He clearly said, sir, according to the present policy, there will be no NCTA in future. Everything will be under the UGC umbrella. And there will be 3 years program plus 1 year teacher education program. So this is the suggestion direction made in the policy. So again, I just asked him, sir, what will be the situation of the standalone colleges? So there are a number of teacher educators, number of principals are working there. In such a situation, if you are merging this B.Ed program into arts and science college as making a multidisciplinary, what will be the future of them? They have no idea. So I told him, sir, the standalone B.Ed colleges are not a simple shop, stationery shop. Instead, this is a social establishment. Crores of money the management has invested, and a lot of people are finding their daily bread from this. So how? So they have no idea. Anyhow, in the last session, we will discuss everything, and we have to make a very relevant, fruitful report that we will submit to Minister of Education. Also, we are going to conduct a survey. So all these things we can give to government for their consideration and a fruitful implementation of this. So thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable information. And thank you so much, Dr. Venkatesha, sir, for sharing your views with us. I request all the participants, those who have any queries, they may ask to the speakers. Any question, any queries from the participants? Any question and any queries from the participants? I think there is no question. All of they have got, I think, all the queries they are having. Okay. Now
Madam,
I
request,
request.
madam,
Yes, sir.
please
Yes, sir,
request
please go ahead.
anybody wants to share their views. Ask them,
Okay.
madam, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Anybody from the participants having their views regarding the multidisciplinary approach, please? Anybody from the participants?
Madam, good afternoon to all.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Good
Dr.
afternoon.
Nagaraj, Principal of Sri Raghavendra College of Education. So,
Okay, sir. Welcome, sir.
Madam, what Sir Tiwari sir says, it is very informative, madam. Holistic education and skill-based and discipline-based education. So, based on that, our teacher education program is running with the help of the multidisciplinary approach. It is very nice, madam. And along with our Vice Chancellor also, B.D. Kumbar sir also told about, so higher education under changing of the, it should not be passing at all. So ITEP will be changing, and we have to wait on that one and all. So even our Dean sir also says about ITEP program. This was an excellent, madam. So very nice. Through till the 31st of this month, we will discuss about all these things. So very good webinar related to our B.Ed colleges, transforming of teacher education program. Thank you for organizing, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. As we know that NEP 2020 is a giant step towards the much needed reforms in education sector. And no doubt, even in multidisciplinary HEIs, the disciplinary boundary is so rigid that the opportunities to learn and explore different disciplines are less explored. So jointly we can do, as we say that teachers are there to face the problems that they don't afraid of from the challenges. So let noble thoughts come from all the directions, hope for the best, and together we can. So I now request anybody from any more additions, if they want to do from the participants. Yes, please. Yes, please, ma'am.
Yes, both the resource persons have given the idea that the change is must. Multidisciplinary is the order of the day. Compartmentalization, isolation has to go. The earlier we accept this challenge, the sooner we will adapt and we will become successful in the process. That is my gist that I have taken from today's session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, of your views. No doubt, NEP 2020 is a very welcoming move, which will help to propel India's education system in right direction. And it is a progressive policy that recognizes the need of our and has certainly made a bold and historical reforms towards enhancing quality of education and improving I can say student learning outcomes. No doubt in paper it looks very good. I hope that in practically also it will work towards the benefit of the education, towards the welfare of education. And no doubt it will work towards. And what I think is that it also encourages a dimensional skill set and builds upon traditional and values, focus on cultural, linguistic diversity and different backgrounds, and emphasize on breaking disciplinary boundaries and pedagogical changes for cognitive, effective life skill development of student. While there are many aspects still to introspect, the chapter is truly testimony of quality discussion and deep thinking. And I hope our webinar will definitely enable us to explore more and more positive directions, like how to, evaluate and implement, how to evaluate and implement this policy for the betterment of the society. Thank you so much. Anyone else would like to add some up?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Can I comment?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Hello.
Sure. Yes,
Yes,
sir,
I am
please.
Sri Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's a very good session in the sense that a good session will should be a confusing session. So today's session is somewhat confused. I hope it will be clear on 31st. So confusion is good. So I have a doubt whether the B.Ed will continue as 4-year or 3-year or 2-year, in which manner it will come. And one more thing, whether the standalone colleges can be changed into multidisciplinary colleges or a B.Ed course, for example, B.Ed physical science, whether it will become a 4-year course for physical science, 4-year course. So we have doubt about that. So if it is possible to clarify it, we can clarify now, or otherwise we can give a good clarification on the end of the webinar. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. We'll. Sir, Professor Devanand, sir, may I?
Please proceed, ma'am.
Okay, but I understood that from the papers that we will be having 3 type of B.Ed courses: integrated, 2 years, and 1 year. So 3 types of B.Ed courses we would be having for the students, that we can run in integrated teacher education. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, Devanand, sir. Anyone here to add up? Okay.
Sushila ma'am, we can conclude the session, and I would like to request all the participants to please switch on their videos so that we may click a photograph for today's session.
Meantime, I would like to call Dr. Gangadhar KS for vote of thanks. Dr. Gangadhar.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. It's a great pleasure for me to give a vote of thanks to all the dignitaries today's session. So our chairman expert committee of guidelines and the vice chancellor of Central University Punjab, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari, has given very thought processing information for us in his inaugural speech. On behalf of all the participants and the PACE, KPPM College of Education, Kerala, and Davengere University, along with all our participants. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And our beloved Vice Chancellor and is a dynamic leader in Karnataka.
सर को कहना नेशनल एंथम तैयार है?
I will play, don't bother.
Is a leader and dynamic in all the academic components. Is supporting as like anything to reach our B.Ed colleges and B.Ed quality education. Professor B.D. Kumbar, Vice Chancellor of Davengere University, has addressed expert speech on behalf of all of us. I am heartily saying the thanks to you, sir, B.D. Kumbar, sir, and simultaneously our beloved President Dr. Shivpal Singh ji has addressed his presidential speech. Sir, thank you, sir. Our boon of the PACE, Dr. Devandandan, sir, Principal KPPM College of Education and the General Secretary of PACE India, has taken utmost initiation in organizing all kind of the activities. In his guidelines only we are doing all the things. A great thanks to you, great salute and thank you, sir. And simultaneously, our today's anchoring Tripta Parmar madam, Sushila Narang madam, and Benny Jacob sir, and Sarabjit Kaur madam doing the moderator and other thing. Mega Visham Gulwani, the PACE India, and our beloved friend and dynamic Dean Education Department is all the time taking utmost initiation in improvising the quality of education in our colleges as well as the for the coming ITP and all. Dr. Venkatesh sir as supporting us as like anything. On behalf of all of us, I'm saying very thank to Dr. Venkatesh sir ji and all the participants, those who are participating from nook and corner of India, and the office bearers of the PACE and the media persons, and those who are directly and indirectly supporting the successful of the webinar of today. I'm a great thankful to you one and all. Thank you, madam. Over to Sarjit madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for providing vote of thanks. I hope that this seminar will enable us to gain clear insight on the intent of the topic. And really, this was a great meeting. Many of you have really messaged me that thank you so much for being so positive. Thank you so much. Over to Sarabjit ma'am.
Sheila ma'am, you may continue, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we conclude the session, we will have a national anthem.
Okay, I will share, ma'am. Okay.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा जन जन हितैषी तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय
Thank you so much, everyone. So the session is over now. We will meet tomorrow and we will share the schedule tomorrow in the WhatsApp group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Tripta ma'am, Sushila ma'am, and Sarabjit Kaur ma'am. So, I have done a very good job. Very good job. Congratulations, Benny sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.